Hey guys, thank you very much for joining me tonight on the Fast Lane podcast. This is your host, Derek Lane. Tonight's episode is going to revolve around some things that I found on the internet that I found extremely helpful to me by renowned author Dr. Deepak Chopra. I don't know how many are familiar with Deepak Chopra. Very intuitive guy, very wisdom oriented. The writings that I discovered about Deepak Chopra has to do with happiness in life and living in the moment and living in now, which I very much agree with. You can't you can't relive moments. You can memorize them. You can't live in the future, even though you have goals, which is great, but you're not living them now. Living in the now is what makes your life, well, worthwhile. So let me read a little bit about what Dr. Chopra has to offer. He says, if happiness is a goal of life, it's surprising how much more attention people pay to the things they have versus the experiences that make them happy. Happiness is largely passive. The good times come and go. We cope as best as we can. We feel grateful when life gives us more than our share of fulfillment, but this isn't the same as understanding the best way to consciously create more happiness and fulfillment. To begin with, every day is a series of experiences. There is only so much time in which we have them. If you maximize your personal time bringing fulfillment and happiness, this is the primary way to have a happy life. According to the positive psychology movement, yet without consciously trying to undermine their happiness, millions of people don't direct their personal time to become happier or more fulfilled. They do the following. They spend hours with distraction, like TV, internet, video games. They focus on their work obsessively to the point of filling large amounts of time with work brought from their office. They worry about the future, pursue surrogates for happiness like money, status, and possessions, repeat the same relationship and family problems over and over without resolution. No one can be happy and fulfilled when time is wasted on these things, and although people will say that TV and video games make them happy, distractions are really about temporary pleasure. The world's wisdom traditions look at happiness from the inside. And the first thing that they say is that nothing is real except present moment. The now. All experiences happen in the now. Not anticipating the future are relevant. Excuse me, a little bit of coughing fit tonight. But anyway, the fact is the fact that sound obviously, but all revisit the past and giving the kind of second life that repeat old habits, beliefs, attitudes, wishes, and fears. Gaining access to the present moment requires a new ability, the ability to stay present. If you can do this, then life itself unfolds before you, here and now. This may be a strange or even frightening project. Being here now sounds like uncertain and insecure compared with the safety of repeating familiar habits. When we take a honest look at ourselves, we know that old habits or routines offer false security. They are about remaining stuck, not safe, and certainly not happy. In the now, life renews itself and fresh possibilities break through. To experience this every day is true happiness. One person may find a new possibility in loving relationships, another in creative expression, appreciating other people, being immersed in the beauty of nature, contemplating the infinite expanse of the consciousness at play. And all of the outlets are available to you. So, how do we begin to live the present, creatively and fully? Since the now is always before us, there's nowhere to go. Instead, a shift in awareness is required. This shift brings you back to being present when you see that you are not present. The signs are mysterious. You stop being present when you are, when you repeat yourself, when you tune out, when you daydream, when you feel fear or anger, experience depression, fall into outworn routines, when you wish you were somewhere else, when you pretend to feel something you don't actually feel, you go numb, you act on mindless impulse, you caught up in arguments, you put up a resistance, oftentimes you refuse to listen, you feel stressed under pressure. Being on the outlook for these things as they occur gives you an instant opportunity to become present again. There's a great value in practicing the simple act of noting when you have checked out. More than half of what is called the mindfulness consists of catching yourself being mindless. The other half consists of returning to the present. This can be hard depending on the situation. It's relatively easy to say, sorry, can you repeat that? I tuned out for a second. And harder to pull away from an argument, remaining calm under stress, and stop worrying if you're in the habit of worrying. Returning to the present is actually a special skill, a skill of awareness. Awareness is malleable. It can be shaped by attention or intention. In meditation, one experiences awareness as its settled state, which is centered, calm, untroubled, and alert. This experience is easy to have, and once you have learned to recognize it, you can develop the ability to return at will. All it takes is a few moments alone, some deep breaths, centering yourself into your body in a comfortable way. Those things can be done right away without the experience of meditation. But it's likely that the next distraction or stress will quickly throw you out of the present moment. With dedication to meditation and yoga and contemplative techniques like mindfulness, the skill in remaining present, which is the same as being aware, becomes easier. The results deeper and long-lasting. The path of happiness and fulfillment, according to the world's wisdom traditions, the rush and pressure of modern life pulls us out of the present moment time and again, but possibly of being present and always available. Everyone is in a position to say that now is the best time in their lives. It has always been. If you like to learn to integrate these concepts of fulfilling management, I invite you to listen to this podcast time and time again. Sincerely, living in the moment and learning that you're living in the moment is a valuable skill. Dr. Chopra talks about this. You can visit his website, and there's a lot of valuable skills. His consciousness truly speaks to the realization of your mindset. Again, living the now. You don't live in the past. You don't live in the future. You live in now. Continue to grow that now attitude that you're going to get everything out of it. That's probably where the greatest minds, from Gandhi to Jesus, Emerson, the Wallman, whatever. These people lived in the now. They understood the now. They understood the past. They understood the present, but they lived in the now. If you live in the now and devote yourself into the capacity of living in the now, you will be forever rewarded. This podcast is a little short. It's a little in depth. It's a little take on Dr. Chopra, which I'm a student of, and I appreciate his teachings, and I wanted to share a little bit of that with you. Derek Lane with the podcast, the Fastlane Podcast.com. Visit the website, subscribe. I appreciate all of my listeners. We intend to do 15 minutes. Sometimes I go over, sometimes I'm a little short. Tonight, just a tad short. That's okay. I appreciate you guys being with me and listening to me, and I hope you gain something out of it. I hope you understand that all teachings are from a cumulative of great minds that understand. When you become one of the great minds and you start to give back, you'll understand exactly what I'm talking about. Love you guys. Have a good night. Thank you so much.